You're a teenager. The year is 1954. So who's the guy who's going to fire all your cylinders?
Of course, Marlon Brando, scorching the cinders in The Wild One. This is the film that defined the teenage rebellion. It was hard and it was cool.
So how would British B-movies respond to and represent the rise of the teenager? Who would offer a British version of Brando's surly countercultural glamour?
Come on, Jerry, it's time we got off home. Oh, well, I can't come just yet. Oh, why not? Well, I've got a date, an appointment.
This is not a conversation between two middle-aged men. The bloke on the left is Jimmy Hanley, and he's playing a juvenile. Isn't he Tweedy? The other man is our old friend Leslie Dwyer. The Black Rider was made around the same time as The Wild One. Here, Hanley, like Brando, is crazy for motorbikes, but his elders are not happy.
I won't let you ride that horrible thing. You'll kill yourself.
Oh, steady, Mum. Remember, I was a dispatch rider on the Normandy beaches.
I never minded you riding on the beaches. The sand's nice and soft.
There's a wonderful sweaty desperation about the effort to somehow catch a moment, probably already about 3 years too late. But the idea that these kids and their motorcycle craze, obviously very dangerous, and the mums are all worried, but the kid, Jimmy Hanley, is, I don't know, how old was he, 48?
The Black Rider has a plot straight from the pages of Hotspur magazine. Evil and very possibly foreign conspirators are using motorbikes and one of those old Cornish stories about phantoms as a cover to smuggle the parts of an atomic bomb ashore, bit by bit. But never mind a nuclear apocalypse, the locals are more worried about those bikes. They're gradually won over, though, perhaps thanks to cinema's only two-wheeled motorised egg and spoon race. A film like The Black Rider is caught between two audiences. It wants to appeal to kids whose desires circulate around young love and axle grease and cheeking their elders, but it doesn't want to alienate their parents too much either.
Since I've been elected president of the Swanhaven Motorcycling Club, I must have some means of transport. The only trouble is, I don't know how to start the darn thing.
So the parents learn to cope with the motorbikes of the post-war generation, while the young people are allowed to work with the Coast Guard and assist in foiling the dastardly plot. And in this very British way, youth had arrived in the British B-movie. And that's what's happening here. You're looking at the only teenage zombie biker frog voodoo hippie musical that Beryl Reid ever made. George Sanders is in it too, and the magnificent Nicky Henson.
Good evening. I had a telephone call from the police.
The word, Mother, is fuzz. Everybody dies, don't they? But some come back. Isn't that so?
You tried to get into the locked room today, didn't you?
How do the dead come back, Mother?
The plot is simple. Beryl Reid has made a pact with the devil. We don't get to see the small print, but there's clearly a clause about a baby. Baby grows up into a long-haired leather boy who, one night, takes his dead father's NHS glasses and finds himself attacked by the sinister power of the household frog. Got it so far?
Was there a sense, do you think, in which they thought, right, let's stick all of these elements from all of these different genres in because it's a way of attracting an audience?
It was a way of attracting money. So I said to the producers, how did you get, one day at the lunch break, I said, how did you get the money to make a piece of crap like this? He says, I just walked into the Money Men and said, I've got a script here, teenage motorcycle gang commit suicide and come back from the dead and terrorise the neighbourhood. He said, how much do you need? And he got it made. Mind you, it only cost about £4,000 or something.
Nicky's the head of a motorcycle gang, of the sort that wouldn't be seen dead in an egg and spoon race. And here's how he achieves immortality. In no time, Nicky's been interred in cinema's strangest burial scene, complete with sub-Donovan folk tunes.
He really got it on. He rode that sweet machine just like a bomb. He felt...
Once he's back from the dead, all the gang members commit suicide in a variety of eye-catching ways. All this imaginative self-murder is worth it, though, because they can come back to life and do stuff like this.
We drove through a wall. It was a polystyrene wall with bricks painted on it. but they kept it as a piece of weather cover. Just half weather cover, in case we couldn't get into the studio, but it was raining too much to some of the stuff out in the graveyard, stuff like that. So it stayed there for 4 weeks, and it kept on fading, so they keep on painting it over and painting the bricks again. And poor old Cliff Diggins, my stunt double, he got to do this stunt again. And he drove through the wall, and the bike went straight through the wall, and he stayed outside because there was an inch of paint on it. And he was off to the hospital again.
But the element that really makes this a rich document of the mindset of 1973 is its anti-establishment vibe. The revolution begins, and the fine fare on Shepperton High Street is its Odessa Steps. Shocking, isn't it? 5.5 pence for Vim.
Get after them.
The critics hated this. The man from the Times said it was bereft of wit and imagination, and that it was only suited for a postprandial entertainment at an SS reunion.
Tom, she's dead.
I've never knowingly had dinner with a Nazi, but I really like this film. I think it's moved by the true spirit of exploitation. I can't persuade Nicky, though.
What did you think it was when you were making it?
A piece of shit. But I thought nobody would ever see it. And here I am talking to you 40 years later. It's ridiculous.
So how do you feel when you watch it now?
Ashamed.